今天天气真的是很冷，所以呢，Jason 他非常的 very cold, freaking cold。好，真的非常的冷哦，所以呢，今天很多的，谢谢。
前面请蹲下好不好？
真的非常非常的冷哦，好扣啊。
The technology is very complicated today.
这技术呢又是更加的复杂了。
The technology of packaging is very important to the future of computing.
在未来呢，我们的封测的技术呢，其实是尤其对我们的电算运算呢是非常的重要。
NVIDIA's chips are already the largest chips in the world.
NVIDIA 的这个晶片呢，已经是全世界最厉害的晶片了。
So we now need to have very complicated advanced packaging to put many chips together into one giant chip.
哦，现在的技术呢是要把非常非常多厉害的晶片放在一个更大、更厉害、更有用的晶片上。
Advanced packaging will be more important than ever in the future.
所以现在呢，这个晶片呢，还有它封测的能力呢，一定要比以前更厉害哦。
So I'm very happy to come to Taiwan to celebrate our new factory with Spill and of course, the beginning of the next era of computing in AI.
是的，所以呢，今天能够我们潭科厂就是矽品潭科厂的今天的开幕，对我们来说是非常非常重要。更重要的是呢，我们对于这个电脑就是计算的技术呢，又更往前一步了。
I want to thank CW, CB, and the partnership, all of our friends at Spill, for their friendship and support over the years.
谢谢。特别谢谢蔡董事长以及所率领的矽品的团队的努力，就是在过去这么多年给予NVIDIA 的支持。
NVIDIA cannot grow into the company we are today without incredible partners and friends like CW, CB, and Spill.
辉达绝对没有办法成长，如果没有这么多优秀的团队，还有呢我们的供应商给我们支持的话，所以呢我们持续双方一起进步。
CW, thank you for your partnership and friendship, and congratulations on the amazing company you've built.
谢谢对于蔡董事长的支持以及蔡董事的团队呢，非常的感谢，谢谢，谢谢。接着我们这边邀请董事长来帮我们做一个主人家的一个欢迎，谢谢。
首先非常高兴，也非常荣幸 ，NVIDIA 的 Jason 跟他的团队来到矽美，这个新厂来站台，非常开心。我第一次看到那个 Jason 的时候是27年前。
27 years ago, I met Jason.
那时候他非常非常年轻，虽然他现在还是很年轻。
You look young and now still very young.
那我们从那个时候到现在，从没有见到过。那我们一路走来，那我们是封装跟测试的服务，前面是那个微波方形，我们是做出版。那现在整个那个环境改变，所以那个要的技术是越来越复杂。那我们会努力。刚刚列总给我们的使命，我觉得非常惶恐，我们要全力以赴。谢谢大家。
Partnership and thanks for NVIDIA's support.
再次谢谢那个先生给我们的鼓励，谢谢。
Thanks for Jason's encouragement and support. Thank you.
We have time, but they're so cold. 很冷啊。
真的是因为很冷。
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Jensen. I'm Howard from CTS News. And just as you mentioned, CoWoS is very important, but now advanced packages are kind of out of control. The capacities are out of control. So what is the strategy for you to solve the problem? And what kind of role can Spill and TSMC and all the Taiwan ecosystem and supply chain to play to help NVIDIA build a new AI era? And despite, as you mentioned several times, we have a very strong ecosystem, but we also need more AI talent here in Taiwan. Do you have any advice for Taiwanese to improve our artificial intelligence literacy? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so if I forget the second question, just remind me again.
Okay.
As you know, NVIDIA's demand for CoWoS increased dramatically in a very short period of time. It is the miracle of Taiwan and the agility of all of our companies here in Taiwan and our partners here in Taiwan that was able to grow the CoWoS capacity so fast to such. The amount of capacity that we now have is probably 4 times what we had less than 2 years ago. And that's a very dramatic increase, especially because the CoWoS technology is also becoming very advanced at the same time. CoWoS L is much more complicated than CoWoS S. And so the technology is advancing very quickly. It's getting much more complicated. And the capacity is also increasing. As I mentioned, this year is going to be a very large year for our company. It wouldn't be possible for not all of the partners here increasing the capacity of CoWoS L and CoWoS S, of course. With respect to AI talent here in Taiwan, remember, fundamentally, AI is about machine learning. We have revolutionized the way that computers work, from hand coding that runs on CPUs to now machine learning that runs on GPUs. Machine learning means you need a machine in order to learn the software, in order to learn the AI. And so one of the things that we need to do here in Taiwan, one of the things we have to do in Taiwan is to build the machines, the AI supercomputers, so that the students, the researchers, the scientists, and the companies can take advantage of this incredible technology. AI has gone mainstream. AI is no longer a niche technology. It has now gone mainstream. AI is necessary for healthcare. We use AI for transportation. We use AI for manufacturing. We use AI for education. And so AI is such a fundamental part of every single field. It has gone mainstream. It is very, very important for Taiwan to invest in the Taiwan ecosystem for AI. Now, of course, one of the great opportunities for Taiwan is that AI's next stage, the next wave of AI, is called physical AI. Physical AI is where AI interacts with the physical world. It means robotics. Taiwan's manufacturing, electronics manufacturing industry is unquestionably one of the world's leading. This industry will benefit from robotics tremendously. And so this is an area that I think is really essential for Taiwan to invest in, AI as well as robotics. So really good question, I appreciate that.
Here.
是的，谢谢。那
You just mentioned in the airport that Blackwell will adopt in the CoWoS L packaging. That means that NVIDIA will cut the CoWoS S advanced packaging orders. That's the first question. Second, there is some noise about the GB200 servers have the thermal questions. Can you elaborate about that?
Okay, so there were 2 questions. The first question has to do with CoWoS L and CoWoS S. Blackwell is based on CoWoS L. 2 very large dies are connected using CoWoS into a very large chip. As we move into Blackwell, we will use largely CoWoS L. Of course, we're still manufacturing Hopper, and Hopper will use CoWoS S. We will also transition the CoWoS S capacity to CoWoS L. And so increasingly we'll transition to CoWoS L. So it's not about reducing capacity, it's actually increasing capacity into CoWoS L. The second question was?
Thermal.
The second question had to do with thermal of Blackwell. Of course, Blackwell's technology is incredibly complex. It's the most complex computer the world's ever made. Each Blackwell system weighs 3,000 pounds. It has 600,000 components. 600,000 components in one computer is like 30 cars. It weighs like a car.
More than a car.
has more components, 20, 30 times more components than a car. And so the amount of technology is really quite extraordinary. The Blackwall system is now in full production, and of course the initial challenges of engineering is very normal.